Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okemute. If it's your first time here, hello, thank you for joining the family. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this simple everyday makeup that I have on right now, and if this seems like something you're interested in, then stick around and keep on watching. So starting off, I'm going to be priming with my NYX Angel Veil Primer. So as per usual, I'm just going to prime my T-zones, the parts that I tend to get oily. My face is already moisturized, by the way. I tend to prime my brows as well because my brows also can get oily. The next thing I like to do is to go in with a liquid highlighter, and today I'm going to be using the black Opal Sheer Metallics, and this one is in the shade Bronzie. This is just going to add glow from underneath, and I'm also taking a little bit to my brow bone as well. Can you guys see that glow already? That's the effect that we're going for. I'm going to go in with a little bit of another shade of the same black Opal Sheer Metallics, and this one is in the shade Goldie. I'm using a mix of both shades on my forehead as well, and the bridge of my nose and my chin. Now I'm going to go in with my black Opal foundation stick, and I'm going to use this to even out my acne scars. So I'm going to use my fingers to warm the product up first, and I'm just going to tap. So I'm just using this to even out any discoloration that I have. Now that that's even out nicely, I'm going to be going in with my NYX Can't Stop and Stop foundation, and I'm going to be mixing two shades together. I'm going to be mixing Deep Rich and Mocha. I do 2 pumps of Deep Rich and 1 pump of Mocha. So the foundation is on, and now I'm going to go in with my beauty sponge from Sonia Kashuk, and I'm just going to use this to even out everything and make sure that everything is blended into my skin nicely. Can you guys see that we can still see the glow underneath the foundation, and it still looks nice and, you know, glowy? Moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using this concealer from L'Oreal, and I'm going to be using 2 shades. I'm going to be using Chestnut first, and I will have Honey on top of that. So this is Chestnut, and I'm just going to apply that under my eyes, my forehead, my chin, my nose, all of that good stuff. So now that Chestnut is blended in nicely, I'm going to go in with Honey, and I'm just going to apply a tiny little bit, just right there. So you see I didn't bring it down, I just focused on this point right here just to furthermore brighten that area. Now that that is done, I'm going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm just going to use this to set the highlighted areas. Tap on the back of my hands first. And this helps me to keep the smile lines in check. For my everyday makeup, I don't bake my under eyes. I just set with a setting powder, but I like to bake the sides of my nose. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the setting powder. And now going in with my black radiance contour palette, I'm going to be using, this is the shade Dark to Deep. I'm going to be using this shade right here. I've done too much with the contour on my nose today, but that's okay. We're going to try to blend that out. Everything is blended in now after blending for a couple of minutes. Don't be like me, start small and build up from there. I did too much today. But now I'm going to go in with my Iman pressed powder, and this one is in the shade medium deep. And sometimes I like to use the same beauty sponge that I use for my foundation to apply it, and sometimes I use a powder brush. So today I'm just going to go in with the beauty sponge and just tap nicely and dust off. I kind of feel like when you use your beauty sponge, it gives more coverage. I don't know if it's just me. And it also blends like seamlessly into the skin. And now we're going to move on to brows. And for my brows, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. So for my everyday makeup, I rarely clean up my brows with concealer. I just fill them in and then I go in with my clear mascara from Maybelline. I don't really like my brows defined every time. Most of the time for my everyday look, they are not defined. Just go in with upward strokes. So we're going to leave that to dry down, and now I'm going to go in with the same concealer that I used to highlight earlier. Now I'm going in with a little bit of my setting powder. And now I'm going to go in with a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the same contour palette that I went in earlier. And I'm going to mix that with a little bit of my powder because I don't want it to be too dark. I'm just going to use that to define my crease. And I'm going to bring it forward, not adding more products, the same thing that I just took. And I'm going to connect it to my contour here. This is just going to define that area right there. And now I'm going to be using my Maybelline Black Gel Liner, and I'm just going to use this to line my waterline. So that's pretty much all I do for the eyes. And now I'm going to be moving on to my mascara, and I'm going to be using my Maybelline mascara. So depending on my mood, I either stop at this point and not apply lashes, but if I have a lot of time on my hands, I definitely will go in with my lashes. And today, of course, we're going to be applying lashes. So let's see if our lashes are ready yet, or they still need more time. They need more time to get tacky. So while we wait for that, I'm just going to move on to apply my blush. And these days I don't tend to use powder highlighters except on my nose. I don't use them on my cheekbones, since I already have, if you look closely, I still have the glow going on my cheekbones, so I don't even bother to go back in with my highlighter. I just go straight to blush, and I like to use this e.l.f. I think it's called multi-sticks or something like that. I'm going to have details about everything that I use in my description box. So I just go in with this e.l.f. multi-stick, and I just use this as my blush. I really love how this looks on my cheeks as a blush, and I like to be extra with it. Can you guys see it has shimmers in it already? So I definitely do not need to apply highlighter unless I'm being extra. I think the trend of highlighters have stopped. I don't know if it's just me or people on my timeline, but I see people using more of blushes than of highlighters lately, powder highlighters I mean. So yeah, the lashes are on, and the only place I'm going to be adding a little bit of highlighter from the same palette that I used earlier is my nose. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit. And for my lips, I'm going to be lining with my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and this one is in the shade Protector. This eye seems to be very teary today for whatever reason. I'm going to top that with my NYX Butter Lip Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. And now I'm going in with the clear lip gloss that I got from the hair store. Alright you guys, and this is what we have, and this can be done in little or no time. Let me know if you found this video helpful in the comment section. Do not forget to give a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.